Hi, this is Laura and welcome to the channel. Well, today we're going to be talking about how to attract people that are a better fit for you. Actually, this came from a question from one of the gals in our community, and the way she posed the question was, now that she's getting into her later years and she knows that she wants to be a little more intentional about the people that she invites into her life. You know, she's looking, like all of us, for people that are kind, people that are decent, people that are honest. But she's worried about some bad patterns that she fell into over her lifetime. Sometimes friending the wrong person, and sometimes not seeing the red flags when she should have. Well, we've all been there and we've all done that. So today let's sort that out a little bit. This is Smart Women, Smart Conversations, and I hope you'll take a minute to click like and subscribe to the channel. So as we get older, and it's very interesting looking at all the comments that you have dropped over the last, 5, 6, 7 videos. It's really interesting to see how everyone comes at this topic of friendship from a completely different set of experiences. And why not? We're all on our own journey. But it's really been a learning experience for me. And why are we talking about friendship now when we're in our 50s and our 60s and our 70s? Well, because we still want connections. And we've gone through this lifetime of meeting wonderful people and maybe losing touch with some pretty wonderful people, but also making some mistakes along the way, mistakes that we don't want to repeat in our older years because we're getting to the stage where we just don't want the drama, quite honestly. So how do we pick friends, pick acquaintances, figure out who to spend our time with so that we don't find ourselves repeating old patterns? The first piece of advice I'll give you, and you can look at it, again, this is just food for thought. Some of this affects your life because you may like having a lot of friends and acquaintances in your life, or you may be happy with 1 or 2 friends. Maybe a couple of them are furry. But whatever you're looking for, it's always good to kind of sit back and think, if I did something a little bit differently, how would that change my quality of life? Or am I just happy the way that I am? But all of these topics or these suggestions that I'm going to make can really work both ways. You want to make sure you're not getting involved with a person that's acting like this, but you also want to make sure that you're not acting like this. And the first one is, don't make new friends when you're feeling needy, and don't get involved with a new person who's being very needy. We've all gone through times in our life where, we're just not ourselves. Things are not their normal. It could be recovering from an illness. It could be divorce after a long-term marriage. But we each know that we've gone through those times and how when we look back on them, we realize we made decisions that we normally might not have made. I got some very good advice from a woman many years ago when I was getting divorced. And she said, give yourself a year in any friendship, in any relationship that you think is something that's going to stand the test of time, something that you're going to invest your emotion in. Give yourself a year to go through all the holidays, to go through whatever ups and downs may get thrown in your path, because you need time. You need to give yourself grace. When you're on the other side and you feel more like yourself, you're most likely going to say, wow, I would have made a different decision. Don't make new friends when you're feeling poor me. We've all done it. I've certainly done it. When we're going through those needy periods where we need someone, because we need someone to listen to our aches, our pains, our disappointments. We don't want to be an emotional punching bag for anyone, but we also don't want to be emotionally taking advantage of another person. And honestly, we often don't know that we're doing it. So if you find yourself getting friendly with someone and the topic is always about what you went through, how you're coping, step back and think about it and slow things down. I'm not talking about someone who you've been friends with for a long time. We obviously need to be there for each other during those tough times. I'm saying that's not a good time to be making new friends. The second thing I'll say to you is don't let yourself be recruited. And what do I mean by that? Well, have you ever met someone who constantly complains to you about another person, another group of people, bringing you up to date on a situation that you never knew anything about? And the conversation always comes back around to those people and that situation. Well, guess what? They've burned out everybody else. No one wants to hear about it anymore. So they need a fresh set of ears. They need to recruit you because they need someone who will listen, who will be there for them, who will understand that whatever happened, that person was in the right and everyone else was in the wrong. And the problem with being recruited, and obviously you don't want to be a recruiter either, but the problem with a friendship that's based on being recruited is eventually that person gets over whatever traumatized them or bothered them or hurt them, and they're ready to move on with their life. And every time they look at you, they think, I don't really talk to her about anything that makes me happy. We don't really do anything together that makes me happy. And honestly, when I look at her, I just think of all those bad memories. So don't let yourself be recruited by someone who's going through something or has gone through something, and they need you to just lend a fresh ear. Finally, don't let anyone manage you. There are people that get into friendships and right away they start managing everything. And what they're doing is they're pushing you very gradually onto their schedule. They only want to go out with their friends. You're welcome to join. They want to do their activities. You're welcome to join. But you find that they're never 100% there if you want to do something different. They tend to be people that are always late, that always have something come up and they have to cancel. And they're okay with it and they expect you to be okay with it. But if the roles are reversed, they have a problem with the dynamic in the relationship changing. Don't let anyone manage you. Manage your time, manage where you're going, what you're doing, who you're giving your time to, who you spend your time with. And again, it's very subtle. Oh, I'd love to do lunch with you Friday, but why don't you join me? I'm doing X, Y, and Z. They're always pushing you over to what's important to them. They're happy for the relationship as long as you're happy to do what they want to do when they want to do it. Now, these are some simple things that will help you navigate those red flags and find those special people that are honest and decent and kind, the people that you want to invest your time in. Because at the end of the day, we want to be around people that lift us up and make us feel good about ourselves, people that appreciate what we bring to the relationship, just like we appreciate what they bring to the relationship. And when you start to see any of these things, that's my okay, let's turn it off. I'm not going to stop this because I had to put myself on a timer because I talk too long. So I'm shutting myself off at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. But thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I truly appreciate it. I hope you'll subscribe. and I look forward to our next topic. Please, if you have any ideas, drop it in the comments. There are so many neat things that we can talk about together, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And that's the collies. They know how to open the door, so I'm going to go let them in right now. I think it's time for a walk. Take care. Bye-bye.